of America, right? But what is the culture? Bro, let me educate you. Every culture starts from a language, a tribe. Every tribe have a language. What is it? Apart from English, what other language do Americans speak? The Black Americans. The Mexicans in America speak Spanish. They have something they speak outside English. The Asians in the Chinese, everybody speak their language outside English. What do you speak? What is the trace of your culture you're talking about? What is American culture? I want to know, what is the Black American culture? I keep hearing this culture. Bro, the Black Americans are the culture, maybe baby mama culture. You know, single women having 3 kids. That's probably their culture. Or the numbers of the highest incarcerated Black young men in America. That's their culture. I don't know. Is it the pim culture? The gang banging culture? Is that the culture? Bro, the Black American culture is about wearing, let's say, wearing the Nikes, they want to be on the trend game, you know? These are the culture. But I don't know why the Black Americans feel like they should be the center of Black people around the world, or they should be the face of Black people around the world. Why? Bro, you can have your face. See, you don't even have to declare yourself that you are not African, you are not African American. Bro, nobody give a flying damn about what you think about yourself. That's your own opinion and your own mentality, your own narrative of everything, how you are. That nobody cares. But bringing all your fights about Africa, bro, I don't get it. You talk about culture every time. What is the culture? I want to know. Genuinely, I'm asking. The hip hop. You want to say the hip hop? The music is your culture. I don't get it. Eminem is not Black, but he do more hip hop probably than the Black Americans. I don't get the culture you're talking about. Maybe because you guys dominate the basketball, the sports game in America. You guys dominate. Is that the culture? Sport is not culture, bro. Let me educate you. You don't have any language you speak outside English. You don't have a tribe. Culture has traces. You don't have any culture, but you always say culture. Bro, you don't have culture. Your culture is about dressing, looking nice, and wearing Nikes. They will tell you that they have the Nike. Bro, Nike is owned by a white man. I want to educate you on that too. The Nike is owned by a white man. They will tell you, hey, Michael Jordan.
Guys, he said, let me educate you. That's what he said. What came into my mind? I said, educate who with this bullshit you're talking? You need to let another person educate you. Anyway, guys, welcome back to another video from the Black Beauty TV. We are still on African Americans, Black Americans and Africans, the both bars. I posted a video yesterday. I tried my possible best to understand what is causing this problem, or what is really making Black Americans so angry to even go to the extent of like, we want to boycott Africans from everything. Like, we are not going to their shops. I asked myself, what really happened? I had to go and be searching, watching video, and luckily I got this bullshit guy that is talking this thing, telling people he want to educate people. Guys, I am an African, pure African. I'm not an American. You will see it even from my voice, from my accent, everything. I don't have American accent. I am pure African. You understand? But I found this video very, very disrespectful, not only to Black Americans, but this video is also very disrespectful to, let me say, almost the whole of the Caribbean. Not only, in fact, not only Americans, not only Black Americans. That somebody is not speaking another language does not mean that that person doesn't have culture. You cannot wake up. There is nobody in this world that doesn't have culture. Your history might be part of your culture. How you grew up, how you live, it might be your culture. We don't only have, even normal families have their family cultures and tradition. So I don't know what this guy want to educate us with. These are the type of videos that are bringing calamity online. You go to America, you enjoy what people have suffered, what Black Americans suffered. And then you come talking this bullshit and telling them that, oh, you don't have a culture. Asking them that everybody, that is, I don't know. Guys, I don't know whether I'm the one feeling this bad video. Telling them that, oh, what is, you don't, that, oh, Spanish speak Spanish, whatsoever speak, and they speak only English. In the Caribbean, almost like, for example, Jamaica, apart from the patois, it is English, they don't have any other language. Other Caribbean countries, they speak Spanish, they speak Dutch. It is not their languages, it's the language of the slave master. It's the reality. Now, these people from generation to generation, now they are speaking English, and you claim when you speak only English, you don't have language. Why don't you tell the Germans, oh, you speak only German, you don't have tradition? Oh, asking Americans, what do you eat? You cannot tell the Germans, oh, because you speak only German, you don't have tradition. Or because you speak only Spanish, you know. So because somebody is not eating fufu, because somebody is not eating egusi, I'm sorry to say this thing, it's almost always West Africa. When it come about this language, and what did he say in that his video? I don't really want to forget anything. That is disrespect. He said that, what is the culture of American, a black American? Is it the culture of baby mamas? I am an African, but me, I like saying the truth. I like saying the truth when you want to talk about baby mamas. It's not only black Americans that are baby mamas. Guys, I'm living here in Germany, Europe. Most of the people that are baby mamas, the Germans, they get married, yes, a lot of them get married, divorce. But you hardly see a German, there are, I'm not saying there are not. You hardly see a German that is just at home doing nothing and is giving birth to children. You understand? Mostly baby mamas, baby daddies that we have here in Germany are Africans. Whether you want to like it or not, me, I say the way it is. Almost all African women that I know, African men, they are baby mamas, they are baby daddies. So why will you open your mouth to say that, oh, is it the tradition of the baby mamas? I have known in some African countries, women, I went to South Africa before, and I know some women in South Africa, they have 5 children with 5 men. It is the reality. Even as I have said here in Germany, a lot of African women, they have children with different men. They just give birth to children because of that small money that the government is giving. They are not American women. They are Africans. So why will somebody, an African person, come to say that, oh, what is the culture of black American? Is it the culture of baby mama? It's not right. It's disrespect. Because Africans are also baby mamas. You understand? This is why, even me as an African, I'm not happy with this video. Me as an African, no. I'm not happy with this type of video. There's another thing he said, is it the culture of jig, like, you know, I don't want to call the name, like, is it the culture of carrying, like, guns, or how do I say it? Or is it the culture of paying? According to us in Nigeria, we say you pay, like when you unalive somebody. He's trying to pin that on black Americans, that black Americans, that is the only culture they know, which is not right. In Africa, in Nigeria, for example, we have Boko Haram that will go off. I don't want to, like Boko Haram and some they call Fulani people, that they will go in a night, in a home or in a village and unalive everybody. Is that their culture? That is happening in Africa, not in America. So why do you want to think that it's only in America that black commit crime? Back home in Africa, we do the same. In Nigeria, there are a lot of kidnappers. Is the reality. When you are walking, you don't know your way, you enter one chance, they kidnap you. Ask your family for a lot of money. If they don't bring, even sometimes they give the ransom, but still they unalive you. Is it in America? So what is he educating people about? Is that your African culture? Is that your Nigerian culture? If you want to talk about culture, what did he say again? Oh, criminals and all that. Is it only black Americans that do that? No. Africans do that too. So why pointing fingers? I'm just, brother, I don't know you, but this your video is disappointing. That is why black Americans are angry with us Africans. And I can understand very well. You cannot tell somebody that they don't have culture after selling their ancestors and bringing them to those lands, distributing them all over because you sold them. And now you turn back to tell them that they are people of no culture. Oh, they don't have cultural food. Do you think it's only fufu, egusi, okra that is cultural food? No. Everybody's food, what you are used to eat, it is your culture. Everything you are used to eating, you like it, is your culture. Let nobody, something that you were born and brought up eating it, you don't know any other thing. It is your culture. So you cannot just go and say, oh, Black Americans don't have culture. Of course, they have culture, they have history. And some of their history, not the one of slavery or all that, some part of their history is their culture. So don't go and sit down and say, oh, Black Americans, what is your culture? Oh, you don't have this. Oh, you are wearing this clothes. That you are wearing your own African agbada does not mean that. Is everybody, even in Africa? Ask some African people, what is your culture? What is your tradition? What is your belief? What is your norms? They don't know. You are pretending that, oh, Americans, they speak only English. They don't, Black Americans speak only English. They don't have culture. While a lot of Africans, a lot of Nigerians, I'm a Nigerian, but I will say the truth. A lot of Nigerians, rich Nigerians, celebrities Nigerians, they pay a lot of money. Oh yes, they do it. They pay a lot of money for their children to learn how to speak like Americans. They pay a lot of money for their children to learn to speak like the British people. And you want to talk about culture? You want to come and tell another person that they don't have culture? This is the same cultural English, the same English you are complaining that, oh, somebody don't know how to speak another language. Why don't you pay huge amount of money to let your children learn about your culture, your tradition, your norms, your beliefs, instead of you paying huge amount of money for your children to learn to speak like these Americans, like these Black Americans that you feel they don't have culture? You cannot go to somebody's country and sit down in the car and begin to abuse them. Telling them, oh, you don't have a culture. Oh, why are you like that? A lot of people from Africa, rich people, or even not rich Africans that got opportunity to go to the US. You are going into colleges, you are going into universities in America, enjoying the privilege that other people suffer. Do you know how or what Americans that you turn around to call them uneducated? That they don't go to school, they don't know. Do you know what they passed through in a history, in their own history? No. A lot of universities in America are part of the Black American culture. If you want to know or you don't want to know. Why am I saying that? Is that history said it all. Before you come and make videos like this, you have to think twice. What did it say? A lot of during segregation, or how do you people call it? During segregation, a lot of Black, in fact, not a lot, all Black Americans were not allowed to sit in class. Were not allowed to be educated together with the white people. They were on their own. Now they come together, build universities, build colleges. Today, a lot of you Africans that are going to America for university, for colleges, for whatsoever, you are enjoying those colleges. They don't discriminate you. You are enjoying that privilege. That is their culture. That is their history. That is their tradition. A lot of them sacrifice. They came together and build those colleges, build those universities. Because they were not allowed to sit down and study together with the white people. Today, including white people, they enjoy those colleges. Black people, Africans, Americans, white Americans, they are enjoying those colleges. Those colleges, they have different bands, and those bands, they are their culture, it is their tradition. So you don't go to America today. You are enjoying every day and you disrespect. No wonder Black Americans are angry, because me, and as an African, I cannot understand the type of video that guy made. Oh, what is, like a fool. Oh, what is the tradition? Oh, what is your tradition? What is your culture? Oh, you speak only English. in Germany, in Switzerland, in Austria, they speak only German. You want to tell me they don't have tradition because they speak only German? You want to tell me the English people that speak only English, they don't have tradition? Or you want to claim that, oh, black Americans, they just stole somebody? Why do you want somebody to claim what it does not belong to them? If they come to Africa today, like just one video I was watching from one girl, one American woman, who says that, oh, like when she went to Africa, at the airport, they told them to go aside, and it is the white people they are answering them. Let's watch that video, and then we'll come, because me, hey guys, I was like wondering, why are these black Americans so angry like that? But I can understand with them. You cannot go to a country, or even if not go, just disrespect people like this. Not only black Americans. The same thing you do, that means you do it to the Caribbeans, because Caribbeans speak English. They don't have any language. That is it, you are trying to tell them, because they forget about that they speak Patois. Patois is not a language. It's just English and mix of other languages, turning it upside down. Why do we understand it? Because it's English just being speaking in another way. So it is not another language. The only languages they speak is English, Spanish. So you want to tell them because they speak English, they speak only Spanish, they are black people speaking those languages. You want to tell them they don't have tradition. Let's watch that girl, guys.
I get so many questions from people who look like me, asking me why I wouldn't take my children to Africa and why I moved them to Europe. When I travel to Africa and I am in the airport, and the airport attendant tells me to step aside so that the Indians and the Europeans can walk through, there is a level of self-hatred still to this day in Africa. And you guys are going to get so pissed off at me, and I don't care, because I am of African descent. I can say what I want to say. But when you tell me to step aside so that the Europeans and the Indians, our bank accounts look alike, but you want to tell me to step aside in the homeland of my ancestors, but I should step aside so they can, because they need to get through. There is no day on this earth that I will walk this earth and worship a colonizer. The original brown and native people all over this world, I salute you. There are so many injustices in Africa, so many corrupt mindsets, we have to fix it. There was no way that I would ever move my children to a country in Africa. And I'm talking about a specific country, but I've experienced this in 4 countries in Africa now. 4. There is no way that I would ever move my children to Africa and have them experience an establishment owner telling me to remove the fan from my side because the American, which again, I have not spoken, so you don't even know where I'm from. But the white Americans on the other side, they need the fan. There's no way. There's no way. And again, I am spending time in Dubai as well. I've never had anything like that happen. And I could talk about this all night long. I could talk about it because I married into a Nigerian family as well, who they're very colorist. I remember my mother-in-law telling me that my sister-in-law was having a baby and that she was praying like every day, doing something so that the baby is light skinned. Meanwhile, I have brown children. I myself am brown. So where do you think I should place that? Like, I just never imagined the level of ignorance, the level of self-hatred that some African people have. I was raised in a pro-Pan-African household. Like, you are beautiful, baby. I don't care if your edges or roots or not. Enjoy the whatever. You are beautiful. That is how I was raised. That's how my daughter is raised. She prefers, I'm all natural. I don't need anything. And yes, I'm using a filter because I need you guys to understand this. I need to get this message out there. I want everybody to stop and take a listen. It is very much so true. The most.
So the woman said that she is not taking her children to Africa because of the discrimination. She said she will never worship. She will never worship any, let me call it like this, Muzungu. But when she went to Africa, as a black person, they're telling her, go back to this place, go back to this place. Focusing on Muzungu. Anyway, that is, by the way, I want us to watch one African woman who, she said a lot. And it's exactly like the video we just watched, where how black Africans disrespect black Americans. It's a pity. For how long are we going to be living like that as people? Oh, they are slaves. Oh, they are not Africans. Oh, they came from the slave. Who sold their ancestors to make them slaves? We, same us Africans. And then we turn around to use it and abuse Americans. It's not nice, so. It's not nice. So me too, I'm an African, but we're supposed to do better. If you believe that they are children of slaves or whatsoever, why do you rush to go to America? Why do you rush to go to America? At the same time claiming that like it's only black Americans that commit crime. Like black Africans, like they are saints. When we have our own crime, even more than the one is happening in America. We forgot about it. We go and think that we are only the people that have culture just because we eat fufu, because we eat agusi, because we eat whatsoever. We begin to look at other people, forgetting, not seeing their own tradition, their own culture, their own history. You have to respect it. Whether it's coming from slave or not, it is their tradition, it is their history. They have their own tradition. They have their own belief, they have their own norms. So you cannot in no way tell black Americans that they don't have history or they don't have culture. They don't have culture. What is your own culture? Your culture is to abuse another person that they don't have culture, or just because you want somebody that is not living in a voodoo house, is not carrying juju around, is not carrying all this masquerade. That is the tradition. Or what are you talking about? You don't know that people have difference in traditions. These are the kind of things we talk when you don't have tolerance. There will always be fight between people. Let's watch the video, guys.
Yes, you guys don't like black Americans at all. You guys just say bad things about them. They're criminals. They're from slavery. They are not from Africa. They don't know their home. Oh, you know, it's so sad. All the time, you look at a black man and you tell them that, oh, you are from America. You are not African. You are not from Africa. You are lost. You are from slavery. I'm not a slave. You are a slave. Shame on you. Shame on you to even open your mouth. Do you know how painful that is? Whether they look like you or they don't look like you, they are your people. And you say to their face that you are not one of me. You are a slave. Wow. Do you know the pain that our ancestors went through? Just because you were not colonized does not mean you should open your mouth to call somebody a slave.
Shame on them, my sister. Tell them again, shame on them. It's a shame. Them that claim that they have culture. Them that claim that they are still running to that America. And then go there to disrespect the people who sacrifice and build the country for them to live. How can a black person wake up and tell another black person, you are from the slave? Is a shame. And the same, I watch another guy. I think before we call it a day, because I don't want the video even to be long. I watch a guy. I was talking the same thing. How Africans are disrespecting. Guys, let me tell you, it's not even only in America. Even me, for example, as a Nigerian. If you tell somebody that, oh, I'm from like the northern part of Nigeria, they will look at you like you don't have culture, you don't have tradition. You know, if we don't learn to tolerate each other, no matter how the people live their lives, whether I'm eating hamburger every day, because I know a lot of people have, me in particular, I am also a Nigerian, I am an African. But you will hear the same somebody from Nigeria will say, oh, you are from the north. You people don't have any food, oh. You are only having two, you don't have any soup. You don't have good soup. The same disrespecting people's culture and tradition. It's not only disrespecting Americans or Black Americans, disrespecting Caribbeans, disrespecting other Africans. Oh, they don't have culture. It's we that have culture. There is no people without culture. Whether they speak only English, it is none of your business. They have their culture. Whether they eat only hamburger, that hamburger is their culture. There are a lot of cultural days that Americans celebrate. Go and check. As I've told you guys, even the band alone at the universities is a tradition. It is their culture. It is their history. It is their stories. So now, let's watch this guy before we come, and I will just go. Because I'm tired, I'm apologizing to Black Americans. On behalf of some of us that are so ignorant. We are the first people that don't want to stay in our continent, including me. We are running away. We want better life. At the same time, we go to that place and disrespect the people. We disrespect. We want to go to America, want to come to Europe, want to go to the Caribbean. Everywhere you go, you will see Africans. You want to tell them all, oh, you must be an African or then identify. If you don't be an African, if you don't identify yourself with an African, you don't have culture, you don't have roots. Is it your roots? Must they have the root with you? Why can't you leave people to live their free life? If they don't want to. Just like you can teach people and tell them, okay, maybe like, for example, we that have children here in Europe. You can teach your children, I'm from Africa, this is where your mommy come from, this is where your father come from. But you cannot force that child. Maybe the child, a lot of children, they have not even been to Africa. They know nothing about Africa. And you begin to force them. You can tell them, teach them, yes, your people come from this place, your ancestors, but you cannot force them to be that thing. Because the way they were born and brought up, you have to respect it. You know, because they got no idea. Even some of us Africans, we got no ideas. We want to pretend, we want to dress, we want to speak. Some people want to speak like Americans. And you are telling the Americans, when you go, you see an African person goes to travel to the US today. When they travel to the US today, next tomorrow, they start telling you, what are you saying? They want to speak like Americans. The same Americans you are abusing, that they don't know anything. They don't have languages. Look at the other boy was saying, oh, tradition and culture start from language and all that. Nonsense, bullshit. Not everybody have another different. Some people speak only one language. Just as I'm giving an example here in Europe. Yes, they have different tonation. The way they speak in Switzerland, I understand everything. But you know that this is the German from Switzerland. When they speak German from Austria, you know that this is from Austria. But you still, if you understand German, you still understand it. It's not another language. It's the same language. Even here in Germany, they have dialects. Or how do I say it? If they say dialect, it's not that it is another different language. Oh. No, it's the same German. But they're not speaking it in another way, making it to be like strong. Like where I am now, we speak or they speak Alemannish. And that Alemannish is almost small, not much. You will see like it's like Swiss or Sunday. Like if they want to say Sunday, they will say Sunday. It's the same. If they want to say Freiburg, for example, they will say Fribourg. It's the same language. You understand? So, it's not that it's another language from somewhere. So, They have different tonations, just like the Caribbean. They speak English, most of them, or Spanish, but they just have maybe, patois and all that. You cannot tell them that they don't have tradition. They got to. Let's watch this, our brother, guys, and then we'll call it a day.
My African friend explained to me that a lot of Africans don't like African Americans, and that's simply a difference in culture. So let me explain how I discovered this. My friend and me were sitting down at an IHOP at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I invited him out. He said, "Thank you. I appreciate you. You are very kind." I said, "No problem, bro. I appreciate you." He says, "So you are from Africa, and why you don't have the accent?" I said, "Well, I've been here long enough to where I kind of adapted a Midwestern accent, and I kind of lost the African accent." He said, okay, I understand, okay. So we were talking, and he said, "Oh, look at those hood rats over there." And I said, "The hood rats?" And there's a bunch of black people just being loud and rowdy. And I said, "Well, they're not really hood, it's just they're us. They're black people like us." And he said, "You know how it is." And sadly, I knew exactly what he was talking about. You see, he then began to explain to me, like just in general, what I had thought and known for quite some time. He said, "Africans do not know African Americans at all. They do not like them. Let me watch this." He said, "Hello, brothers." And he signaled the hood rats that he calls them over there. He said, "What's up, cuz? Cracking?" Then he said, "Do you know who the African president is?" And he says, "Nah, I had no idea. I don't know, Shabuki, like, and he did some clicking noise, like, "Oh, that boy, like." And he was like, "Yeah, thank you, brother. You all right?" He said, "Yeah, I know my African history. I'm from the motherland. Peace up, word up." He says, "Word up." See, they are idiots. I'm like, "Oh, yeah." He starts explaining to me about how they don't know African history. They only know African American history. That's all they know. It's a difference. He said American Africans are not good. And I'm like, "What do you mean not good?" He said they're not us. They're not cultured like us. They are not us. And then I asked, I said, why would like some Africans come over here because they want to be American? Well, they get American money, send it over to their family. Asians do this too. And there's a bunch of Asians in Africa for some reason. And there are there's a little subsection of Asian people, like Chinese people in Africa because there's no population laws. It's a whole thing. He was explaining all this lore to me. I didn't know anything about this. I was confused. I was like, "Are you sure this is real?" And he said, "As far as I know, this is real. This is what I know. I go by what I know. That is what I am." Then he started talking like homophobic and all this other stuff. And he said, "Well, think about it. Most older black people here even are homophobic. You know when they say, 'Is he this?'" And I said, "Okay, that's fair. I'll give you that. But, the newer generation is coming out and changing that." He says, "No, newer generation African Americans, a majority are homophobic. Same with Caucasus people. Caucasus people, they are also homophobic." And I said, "Okay, all right, okay, fair. And I was just learning how his perception was, and it got me thinking, why is it that way? Why don't Africans like African Americans? Can someone explain that to me? Why is that?
So that is how the thing go, according to my Caribbean people. Apologies, guys. Americans, please forgive us. We are one. We are brothers and sisters. You understand? I saw one guy that says that if he is somewhere and he sees one black person, he's rest assured that is his brother's keeper, and that is the reality. Anywhere, me in particular, if I see a black person, I don't know whether you are American, whether you are from the Caribbean, whether you are anywhere, you are from the UK, or when I see you, yeah. That is somebody that is identified like me. We don't need to be fighting each other. We respect black Americans and their culture. You don't force them to be part of Africa, because a lot of them have not even been to Africa. They don't know anything about Africa. They don't even know how many countries are in Africa. Some don't even know that Africa is a continent. So please respect them in their way of life. Don't feel they don't have culture. They have their culture. They have their tradition. They have the way they dress. They have the way they eat their food. That is, respect is what we are asking for. In return, black Americans respect also Africans. The way we live. the way we do things. Don't boycott us because of one person or two person have said some rubbish thing, calling you people children of slaves. Pardon, I beg, forgive us. You understand? It's not nice. I could feel the pain myself because I cannot see somebody just because you are eating different food. From me, from northern part of Nigeria, you will tell me that I don't have traditional food. Oh, I eat only tuwo or miyan kuka. You begin to see me like I am not having enough tradition. It happened to only even us Africans. So Black Americans, I beg, Caribbeans, you people should pardon us. We are all one people. You understand? Have a wonderful day. It's me, the real daughter of the soil, and I love you all. Back to back. If you love me, I love you. Kindly subscribe to the channel. Like the video as we continue to move and become one. Amen. Have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Them they laugh say Niger man chop bush dog, but for their land them they roast them like hot frog. Crocodile meat, them say it's taboo, but we see video na them they stew am too. Them one crack joke, say we they chop rats, but open their fridge, waiting you see, same rat. Then walk round village, point finger they scoff, but back of the villa na pit toilets run off. How villager go they mark another villager? We on the same cloth, just different tailor. You they shame your own, think say you bigger, but your roots no far from the same river.
Hole in the ground is a hole in the ground. Every country get waiting they go around, but why we Africans they tear our own down? You laugh at us, not yourself you clown. We all the same, stop the shame. One Africa, no more blame.
Them carry camera, show poor kids with flies, but now the street children they beg with cries. Them they use our pain for likes and views, but their own struggle